capitalize on that nuclear weapon that is.
Oh, hello, goodbye. Score! In the back of the net. And shoots, score!
Of Serie A action. We'll bring you so much of it here on DAZN.
Magnificent. That is tremendous.
Catching up on any NFL game is easier than ever before.
Going deep for it all. Devontae Smith. He has got it. Touchdown.
Your Eagles are world champions again.
DAZN is the home of boxing.
Really spurs you on, gets you going.
Let's make history. Pure power. There's no way back from this, surely.
The following program is recommended for those 16 and over, as it contains sporting violence, possible bad language, and flashing imagery.
stuff.
A ferocious finish from both of these fighters here in the 12th.
How did you score this, Rob?
And is this the one that decides the whole competition? What a finish!
They'll slug it out to the bell. Oh, a big right. Incredible finish. Who won? I do not know.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of boxing, we go to the judges' scorecards, and we have a split decision. Judge Byung Moo Kim scores it 115 to 113 in favor of Ray Ford. Judge Pavel Pardini scores it 115 to 113 in favor of Nick Ball. And Judge Jean Robert Lane scores it 115 to 113 in favor of your winner and new WBA featherweight champion of the world, Nick the Wrecking Ball.
Wow! 115, 113. I think if we'd have had 12 judges, it'd have been 6-6, 115, 113.
I think so, but Nick Ball has just realised the dream there. He's become world champion, and what a way to win a world title. Beating the champion in an epic battle. That was incredible. 2-0 Queensbury.
Introducing to you first the challenger, fighting tonight out of the red corner. He comes to the ring wearing black with purple and weighed in officially at 8 stone, 13 pounds. Coming to us from Santa Ana, California, USA. He brings a professional record consisting of 34 wins, 4 defeats, with 17 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the former 2-time world title challenger, Ronnie Rios. And his opponent across the ring in this main event, he is the defending world champion. Fighting tonight out of the blue corner, he comes to the ring wearing black trunks and weighing the same as his opponent, 8 stone, 13 pounds. Undefeated, he has 20 wins, 1 draw, with 11 of his 20 wins coming by way of knockout. Tonight, in his first world title defense, he is the reigning and defending WBA featherweight champion of the world from right here, Liverpool, Nick the Wrecking Ball.
Okay, gentlemen, we've spoken to dressing rooms. That's the belt line, okay? In the event of a knockdown, the fighter standing will go to the furthest neutral corner and stay there. Protect yourself at all times, touch gloves.
The final instructions from Bob Williams. Nicky Ball, could he ever truly have believed that this would all happen and happen so quickly? But here he is now defending. The final tap of the gloves, the raised puncher's gloves, favoured by Ball. We know about his power right from the get-go. Rios can be a very sharp starter as well, Richie.
So unless you've got a razor-sharp jab and you can keep your distance, then Nick Ball is going to get to you at some stage. And he starts really quickly, and again, a lot of Ball's opponents don't realise, Paul, he's got a terrific jab as well, and he delivers it with a lot of power, and now he's starting to land some big power shots here.
But Ball is landing all the shots that really count so far.
And he's got good variation in his shots, Paul. You know, there's a couple of good right hooks going in from Nick Ball here, closing that gap down, using the jab as the measuring tool and then whips that right hand around the lead hand of his opponent. There it is there, look, right on cue, and again whips a couple in, and they're getting through. We're going to really see how tough Rios is here, and again big shots going in from Nick Ball.
He's tough and he's come to win, Ronnie Rios, but at the moment he's in danger of being outpowered completely by Nicky Ball here. At this stage in his career, can it review? Ball is able to work at his own pace, Rich. He's not rushing his work.
Well, not only work at his own pace, but look at the confidence. He keeps switching from orthodox to southpaw, and look at this for a sustained attack ball.
Rios going back in a straight line, pausing for a respite on the rope. That may not be a very good idea for very long. Here comes Ball again, upstairs, and will he go downstairs? Rios struggling for room, struggling for time in this fight. Ball already halfway across the ring to welcome back Ronnie Rios for round 3. If Rios wants to persist with this plan, it seems destined that he will be overwhelmed in the end.
What a terrific start to the round, Paul, from Ball. Thought Ronnie Rios just tried a shot, he missed the target, and Ball countered with a terrific punch. And again, these are cracking shots from Ball.
Oh, fantastic. Almost out of this world, certainly world class. Rios springs to his feet. Bob Williams is looking in his eyes. He's asking the question of the moral fibre of Rios. Do you really want this? Do you want to put yourself through what is coming your way? Here it comes again. Ball is irrepressible. Ball seems unstoppable. Ball, fighting like this, seems destined to climb to the true elite level in world boxing. Who can handle this?
Yeah, incredible again, sustained attack from Nick Ball, getting through with the uppercuts, right hands over the top. It's all Nick Ball at this stage. Ronnie Rios just on those ropes, a bad position. Has he recovered? Nick Ball goes for him again.
The shots are just bouncing off him, the ones that Rios offers, and Ball is just composing himself, taking them on his arms and preparing to launch attack after attack. Bob Williams is examining him very closely, Richie.
Yes, he is. He's actually more vulnerable when he lets his hands go, Ronnie Rios. This is a sustained attack again from Nick Ball. Referee really close there, I thought. This is when he's vulnerable, when he actually lets his hands go, Paul. Oh. Look at that for a shot there again from Nick Ball.
It's absolutely devastating. An unstoppable torrent. Low from Rios 2 or 3 times.
Paul spent a lot of energy in this round up to now. Paul has really gone for it. He's gone for the stoppage here. Ronnie Rios, very experienced, remember, but again on the receiving end.
In terms of defiance, almost madness by way of an approach, Rios really takes the biscuit for this. But he is a sitting target, a stationary target, offering so little coming back. Ball can set himself for attack after attack. Bob Williams is poised.
Yeah, he's showing so much bottle here, Ronnie Rios, taking these shots, but Ball, look at the referee, how close he is. He's got to throw something back here, Rios, and the referee will jump in.
One clean shot away, I would say. Last few seconds of this 3rd round. Will he see it through? Will Ball finish it here and now? It's looked likely throughout the 3rd round. All the kudos in the world to Rios if he goes back to his corner still in the fight, which I think he is going to do, somehow.
Nick Ball sustains the pressure, volume of punches, and look at this again, what an attack! That wasn't a bad response though from Rios.
Oh, almost knocked off balance again. He goes over Rios, and it's going to be counted as a knockdown. Rios doesn't agree with that.
It was a good left hook that went in there, wasn't it? But at the same time, maybe off balance. We'll have to have a look at it again at the end of the round. That's what he's so good at. Short and mid-range power puncher. But just leans back and finds that room and space. Bad position for Rios to be on top of just above us on the ropes. And he's really, that's a cracking shot again from Ball there. And that lead uppercut, Paul, belting shot.
For a world title, 3 inside, what, 7 months?
Yeah.
Completely different test.
This is a really tough fight for both boxers here. Great shot again. Nick Ball, simple jab. Moves them feet in. It's very correct way of boxing. There it is there. Look, not too far away with that one. You see, it's perfect boxing that is. He's boxing at long range with the jab to set up the power shots that follow. Excellent.
And here comes the next salvo. The whole crowd rises with Nicky Ball. Pouring on the pressure. Rios is out of the ring. Will Bob Williams give him the time to get back in? He crawls under the bottom rope. I don't know if I've ever seen that before. His will to keep going is beyond words. And the towel is coming.
The towel's in.
It's all over. And Nicky Ball has retained his world title here in Liverpool. He dazzled. He was devastating. But Rios refused to go away.
2 minutes, 6 seconds of round number 10. The red corner retires their fighter, and referee Bob Williams accepts their retirement. Therefore, your winner by way of technical knockout, still undefeated, and still WBA featherweight champion of the world, Nick the Red King Ball. Introducing to you first the challenger, fighting tonight out of the red corner with head trainer Hector Bermudez. He comes to the ring wearing white with green and gold and weighed in officially at 9 stone. A native of Portlaoise, Ireland, he is now fighting out of Perth, Western Australia, and brings a professional record of 26 wins, 5 defeats, 20 of those 26 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the highly ranked former IBF Super Bantamweight Champion of the World, TJ the Power Doheny. And his opponent across the ring in this main event, he is the defending world champion, fighting tonight out of the blue corner with head trainer Paul Stevenson. He comes to the ring wearing black with silver and weighed in officially at 8 stone 13 pounds. Hailing from right here, Liverpool, England. He is undefeated with 20 wins, 1 draw, 12 of those 20 wins coming by way of knockout. Tonight, in his second world title defense, here is the fearless, relentless, reigning and defending WBA featherweight champion of the world, Nick the Red King Ball.
Doheny is the taller man, but everybody seems to be the taller man when they're in there with Nick Ball. Don't let the size give you any kind of false assumption about the world champion who's in there. He's absolutely relentless, and he really has made a mark at world level. Defending tonight in his home city of Liverpool, and so many have come out to see him. Well, hang on a second. Well, we need to take a look at this because he's just kicked off in the corner. I'm not sure whether a kick wasn't aimed at Doheny.
Yeah, he's just holding on to him a little bit too long there, that's why. Ball, yeah, oh, that's naughty, isn't it?
So Michael Alexander's going to speak to both of them. Good referee on both sides. And Michael Alexander's telling the Irishman to cut out the verbals at this stage. Nick Ball is looking to get a hold of him. Ball catches him there with a short left. He was just slightly off balance to Henny. He says to the crowd, I'm okay.
Just experimenting here now. And against a very cagey opponent now. That's better from him.
Yeah, he's starting to feel the force of these, Doheny, as Nick Ball starts to
raise the tempo, lift the pressure. Good response from the challenger. Decent work from Ball. DeHenney caught with 3 punches. They're going to work again here with DeHenney in the corner. Good work from Ball. That gets the crowd into it, but DeHenney back with a sharp jab of his own and then getting back on the front foot again to say that he's just fine. There was just a wry smile across the face of the champion after that response.
And for me, yes, Nick Ball's got to raise the tempo,
which is what he's trying to do right now, and the crowd responding to that. Then he throws the challenger to the canvas and a shake of the head from DeHenney. Michael Alexander is just going to give him a second. Good body shot from DeHenney, but it just bounces off Ball, and he sets about looking for the head again.
Yeah, he just carried on the attack, didn't he? Ball there.
Oh, really good shots, 2 sharp shots, just staggered the legs. DeHenney felt those. This is the first crisis for the challenger. 2 thumping, thudding punches from the champion that just had him for a moment thinking about holding on. And he's had to think and do different things tonight, but he's done it really well.
Yeah, he has
and he's
indeed.
starting to get the success again here in the 9th. And there's a lot of damage, look, around the eye. It's really started to swell now, that right eye of TJ DeHenney. So he's going to take a point now, and he told him before, he said, if you do that again, I'm taking a point. And he's just said to Nick Ball, that's the 2nd time you've done it, I'm taking a point off you. I wonder how much resistance there'd be at this stage of the fight if Ball could put a real sustained attack together. I think that's a question that DeHenney would have to answer, and it might be coming now. Nick Ball looking to apply the pressure. The crowd are on their feet inside the arena, but DeHenney says, I'm not done yet. Ball comes back again, chasing the Irishman around the ring, who looks really tired in there all of a sudden.
I think he's been hurt a couple of times to the body in this round, Fletch, the challenger.
Can Nick Ball finish it here? He's trapped in his own corner, DeHenney. And there's very little coming back, and Nick Ball can sense the finish, and Michael Alexander's right there, and Nick Ball is piling on the pressure, being roared on by this capacity crowd in Liverpool. The hometown hero looking to retain his title, and TJ DeHenney's having to dig so deep in there right now. Ball relentless, marching forward, looking for what might be a finishing punch, but DeHenney is biting down on that gum shield of his and showing tremendous bravery in the face of this Nick Ball onslaught.
Yeah, true. Irish grit here from TJ DeHenney.
Ball marches forward, walks onto a DeHenney jab, lands a left hand, letting his hands go again, uppercut got through. Punch after punch coming DeHenney's way, can't get out of the way of it. Michael Alexander poised, DeHenney in his own corner. How much is left? Still he continues to try and fight, but there's no way he can keep Ball off. He's absolutely relentless, firing shots in at DeHenney. What a brave performance in this round from the challenger. Some men would have crumbled in the face of this.
Incredible bottle, absolutely incredible from DeHenney there.
The big question now is how long the corner lets it go on.
I think you're right, Fletch. I think that was a really convincing round, wasn't it, for Nick Ball.
Hector Bermudez has called it off. Michael Alexander confirms it, and Nick Ball retains his WBA featherweight title with a stoppage victory against the brave TJ DeHenney.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 completed rounds of boxing, our referee in charge, Michael Alexander, stops the contest. Therefore, your winner by way of technical knockout, still undefeated and still WBA featherweight champion of the world, Nick the Wrecking Ball.
Nick Ball, unbeaten WBA world featherweight champion.
These are cracking shots from Ball. Oh!
Almost out of this world, certainly world class. Rios is out of the ring, it's all over!
As a kid, you've just got like a dream of becoming a world champion. To say that I've done it, it's a dream come true, yeah.
He is headlining for the 2nd time in his city, defending his world title.
You worry about being fucking sparked out like a starfish on the canvas in front of your home crowd.
yeah, he's just going to make it worse for himself, so.
I would be surprised if the film sees the final bell.
But there's so much talk of this fight with Inoue, I believe that it will happen, yeah.
We've got a great chance in that fight. Yeah, he's smashing Inoue to bits.
I'd be right up there on top of the pound for pound list himself. Everyone knows what Scousers are like. You know, the city, we'll always get behind our own.
Liverpool, you have your new hero. His name is Nick Bull.
Yeah, it's going to be another special night in the city.
Nick coming here when he was about 17, 18. He hadn't boxed for a few years, but I'd seen him on the circuit, of course, because he was at a different club to us. And then he's come in and he said, I want to start here, I want to turn pro. Would you be interested in training me? So I'd done a little session with him, and obviously you don't know straight away, but I know potential when I see it, you know.
It is 9 days till Christmas. Have you finished your Christmas shopping? Have you even started your Christmas shopping? I'm feeling festive. We're all feeling festive here today in Liverpool. We've got the Christmas tree, we've got the presents, we've got the gifts, and we have got an early Christmas present for you. Because today is the first press conference for Nick Bull and Brandon Figueroa. They will meet February 7th at the M&S Bank Arena, live around the world on DAZN. WBA World Featherweight title on the line. And they are about to go face to face, or maybe sort of face to chest. Let's get into it. Well, hello, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Liverpool. Welcome to viewers joining us on the DAZN and Queensbury social media channels. Now, we are very much in a new era of big-time boxing in this historic fighting city. And when you think about it, the UK right now has got 4 male world champions. We've got Fabio Wardley up at heavyweight, Lewis Crocker at welterweight, the newly crowned Jazza Dickens at super featherweight. And then there is this man, Nick the Wrecking Bull, the unbeaten WBA World Featherweight Champion. And he is very much one of your own, Liverpool. And he's the only man from that list that I've just mentioned who has defended his crown. In fact, he's done so 3 times successfully. He has bulldozed and bludgeoned his way to the top with his all-action mini Mike Tyson style, making him one of the most watchable fighters on the planet today. And if he's not your favourite fighter, the chances are he is your favourite fighter's favourite fighter. He still runs up and down the streets in Liverpool just like he did when he was a boy. And as far as the featherweight division is concerned, at Queensbury, we believe that he runs those streets too. So on February 7th, Nick the Wrecking Bull is back, and he makes the 4th defence of his title against his mandatory challenger and a former 2-weight world champion, one of the best featherweights in the world today, Brandon Figueroa. And boxing is very much Brandon Figueroa's family business. They call him the Heartbreaker. And if he has his way, February 7th, he'll be coming to the UK to break the hearts of UK fight fans and become a 3-time world champion. We will, of course, be live around the world on the global home of boxing, DAZN. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Bull versus Figueroa. This is a tall order. Now, as you can see, we've got a wonderful table here full of top talent. Some of the best talent in the world is actually coming through from Liverpool right now. But I want to get an opening word from both of our main event fighters. Let's start with the man who's making all of this happen, Nick Bull. I mean, once again, back in Liverpool, back in the home city, defending your crown. You must be proud to be up here again.
Yeah, it's massive, Dev. I'd be lying if I said these shows don't mean the most to me. You know, these are the shows that really do mean the most to me. You know, I started my career off on the smaller shows, in the nightclubs, the leisure centres, selling tickets to fight. You know, with the same people who've supported me from day one, right up until this point. So it's another massive night in the city, and it's going to be special. Good times.
And you've just got an opening look here at your opponent. Brandon Figueroa sits there, two-weight world champion, serious fighter. It's a proper fight, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a proper fight. You know, you don't become a two-weight world champion by being an average fighter. So he's a very good fighter, yeah. It's going to be a good one.
Let's get an opening word from Brandon Figueroa. A huge challenge for you coming up February 7th. You leave the US, you come to the UK, and you've got a wrecking ball in front of you. Tell us your thoughts.
Oh, first off, I want to thank God. You know, UK has been treating me nice so far. Lovely here. But yes, this is the fights that we want. World champions, elite level fighters. And, you know, I told my promoter, my manager, my team that we don't want no easy fights. We want the best of the best. And I believe this fight is, you know, starting off the year right. And I'm just very excited to be here.
And just from your initial look at Nick Ball, I guess it's the first time you've been in his company, in his presence. What are you thinking? Is he bigger than you thought, smaller than you thought? What's your initial kind of impression?
I mean, I know he's a world champion for a reason. So, you know, we're here to fight. And, you know, Luis Neri was another short fighter. I have a history of fighting shorter fighters. So it's not nothing new to me. But I'm just very excited. You know, I'm just very, very excited, you know, to bring the fans here a great show and the people all around the world. So, yes.
Okay, thank you, Brandon. Thank you, Nick. We'll be coming back to you both very shortly. Let's speak to some of these fighters that we've got up here. Luke Turner will be fight number 2 for you. I understand your pro debut actually happened just over there in Box Park. How are you feeling about fight number 2 coming up? How do you reflect on your debut?
Yeah, it was a good performance for my debut in right here in Box Park. I boxed well against a tough opponent. He was durable, but I've been working hard in the gym, and I'm looking forward to showing the improvements and the little tweaks I've been making in camp. So I'm looking forward to Feb the 7th.
And you train out of that Everton Red Triangle gym. Lucas Biswana with you, of course, Nick Ball, Andrew Kane, Brad Strand. It's a great gym to be a part of.
Yeah, definitely. I believe I've got the best team around me and the best coaches in Paul and Ant. So I feel like as long as I'm turning up every day, doing the right things, I don't see why I can't go all the way myself.
And what is the dream then? Tell us.
The dream is to be world champion and then push on from there. That's a long-term goal.
Okay. Best of luck to you. What can we expect February 7th?
Just a good all-round performance.
Good luck. Good luck
Thanks,
to you.
nice one.
Nice to speak to you, Luke Turner. Let's keep things moving. William Birchall, 1/3 of the boxing Birchall brothers. Now, William, I saw a post that went up from DAZN the other day. They had all these boxing siblings, the Charlos, the Klitschkos, the Edwards, and I'm thinking the Birchalls are coming, right?
Yeah, they're coming. You know, we're all flying in the gym. We're all flying in our performances as well. We're going to go to the top, you know.
You had a win at the weekend as well. You boxed over in Dubai, and that was a good knockout from you. How do you reflect on that?
Yeah, listen, it was good, you know. I was fighting a game lad with a winning record, coming to win. Just started breaking him down from round 1 and got him out there in the 4th round.
I think that was your first opponent who had a winning record, and as you say, very much coming to win. But the way you dealt with him, his name is Jerwin Mama. The way you dealt with him was almost like he said something about your mama. Did something like that happen?
He said a little something at the start, it got me going, but like I said, as soon as I started getting my hands on him, got him out there with a body shot in the 4th round.
So there is Nelson, there is Leighton, and there is yourself. How are you different to your brothers?
We're all pretty much the same, but pretty much different. It's a bit awkward, you know. We're all Southport, obviously I switch orthodox, but we can all fight.
What's the plan then for 2026?
2026 is picking up where I left off here in 2025, you know, with some more knockouts.
And just a final one for you. Your brother Nelson calls himself the sexy one. So what are you?
I don't know what I am, but I know I will just leave him with the sexy one.
Best of luck to you. We look forward to fight number 4 for you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, let's move to Lucas Biswana, another product of this Everton Red Triangle gym, which is very well represented on this show. You had your debut, Lucas, on a Nick Ball undercard, and now fight number 5 coming up for you. How are you feeling about this?
Yeah, I'm feeling good. Grateful for Nick, Andrew, Brad, the team, because without them, wouldn't be here.
How have you found your first 4 fights as a pro?
Yeah, it felt good. It's a different sport, you see. Feel like I'm getting into the pro game now, definitely.
and you've been sparring your friend next to you, Luke Turner.
Yeah.
How's that been going? You've not been knocking lumps out of each other, have you?
Some good rounds in the gym, yeah. You'd pay to see them.
Hey, what can we expect from you February 7th, and what is your dream?
You know, my dream, undisputed world champion I want to be. And yeah, you can just see me getting better every time I step in that ring.
Well, we've seen that so far, so best of luck to you.
Nice one, Dev.
Thank you very much to Lucas Biswana. Let's stick in the Everton Red Triangle gym with Bradley Strand. And Brad, fight number 16 for you coming up. Last time out it was Yonut Baluta, a fight that perhaps most people feel you were hard done by to not get the nod that night. How do you reflect on that, and how much are you looking forward to getting back in there?
Yeah, Dev, you know, I thought I'd done enough to win that last fight, but no, we can't cry over spilt milk. I just been back in the gym working hard and waiting for the date, and you know, Feb 7th, I'm looking forward to it.
As far as I'm aware, there's no opponent confirmed at this point, but I guess you probably feel right now you're ready for anyone, Brad?
Yeah, definitely. I have boxed in the meantime since Baluta. I boxed in here, the win, so yeah, I'm ready for anything. I want to be back in another big fight.
Is that Baluta fight something you want? Do you want to run it back? Is that like an itch you need to scratch?
I'd love to run it back, but it's not like an itch that I need to scratch, because like I'll be going on to bigger and better things than him. But like if it does present itself again, like I'd 1,000,000% be up for it. Yeah.
What sort of message do you want to send the world on February 7th?
Just show how good I am. You know, I was wounded about that Baluta fight, and even though I thought I won, and a lot of people who I spoke to thought I won, like there's always things you can do more. So being back in the gym, working hard, just trying to get better every day, and going to show that on Feb 7th.
All right, best of luck to you, Brad. We look forward to seeing you back. Let's move to Jack Turner, the super flyweight sensation, making a lot of noise right now, not just in Liverpool but beyond with some of these performances. And Jack, you were in action in Dubai over the weekend. It was another knockout. It seems to be what you do right now. How do you reflect on Saturday night's performance?
Yeah, it just went how I was expecting it. Just another knockout. That's what I do best, knock people out, yeah. And I'm going to carry on doing it.
When you box at the M&S Bank Arena, so you've boxed there 3 times. First round knockout, second round knockout. What can we expect this time?
Another knockout.
First, second, you're going to let them see 3 rounds maybe this time?
So no, you're just going to have to wait and see. Just know that it's going to be a knockout.
What does your perfect 2026 look like?
I just want big fights, and yeah, that's all what I want to be in. Entertaining fights, and yeah, and pick up more belts. That's the plan.
I know Queensbury very much believe in you. It's a brilliant division that you're in, very top heavy. There's some great fighters up there. How far away are you from the big boys of the division?
Not far off, I don't think. A couple of more fights, and then yeah, I'm ready to go. And yeah.
So what are we going to find out about Jack Turner on February 7th?
Just going to see. I don't know who I'm fighting yet, and to be honest, I couldn't give a fuck. He's getting knocked out, and that's what you can expect.
Okay, I'm sure he looks forward to it just as much as you. Thank you very much, Jack Turner. Let's move things on. I think I have to apologise for the language, so apologies for the language. Let's speak to Andrew Kane, who is in the biggest fight of his career so far, a final eliminator for the WBC World Bantamweight Championship. Does that sound real, Andrew?
Yeah, sounds great, Dev. You know, we've been working hard for years and years for nights like this, so you know, it doesn't come as no surprise, but yeah, just can't wait to get in there. And I'm just a short few Saturday nights away now from achieving my dream, and yeah, just can't wait to get it done.
We haven't seen you since March, I believe, but you've been in training, you've been in camp, and I bet you're just itching to get in the ring with someone now.
Yeah, definitely. You know, I've only fought once this year, so I want to push on, stay active, and you know, these are my best years now that I've got left in this game, so I want to try and get as much as I can out of it before, you know, I'm old and grey.
You've got a tough Mexican opponent, Alejandro Gonzalez, and he is the man that you've been ordered to fight. So it's also his dream to become world champion. What's going to separate you two?
I don't know. I haven't seen much of him, to be honest. But I'll probably have a little watch of him in the coming weeks. But it doesn't matter who it is. You know, you're not coming to my city and taking my life away from me. You know, you'll have to kill me first.
One final one for you, Andrew. If you come through this fight, the world champion, well, his surname is Inoue. It's Takuma Inoue, Naoya Inoue's brother. Nick Ball has been linked to a fight with Naoya Inoue. Are you kind of thinking about this potential Kane and Ball versus Inoue and Inoue?
Yeah, it's been spoke about a lot, you know, like in our circles and that, like our mates and that have spoke about it a lot, probably for about 6 months, even longer. So maybe that's written in the stars, but for now, you know, I've got to deal with this next opponent, and then hopefully that'll be a dream come true. Inoue, Ball and Kane. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see for that one, Dev.
What's the prediction then, February 7th?
Devastating knockout as always. You know, use me boxing to do so, but here to knock at it and put the fella over. Yeah.
Best of luck to you. Thank you very much.
Nice one, Dev.
Andrew Kane, big fight coming up for him. WBC bantamweight final eliminator. Let's get back to this main event. Nick the Wrecking Ball takes on the heartbreaker Brandon Figueroa. Brandon, I want to come back to you here because you're very well ranked across multiple governing bodies. I'd heard talks about potentially going down as well to 122 pounds. Why was this the right option for you, this fight?
I mean, it's a world title fight. You know, my last fight was mandatory against Joey Gonzalez. It was a tough, gritty fight. And yeah, you know, I told my promoter, I said, give me the best of the best. And they offered Nick Ball. I said yes right away, and we're here.
What sort of Brandon Figueroa are we going to see? We've seen various versions. Sometimes there's a lot of volume. Perhaps sometimes in the last couple of fights there hasn't been as much volume. What can we expect?
It just depends on my opponent. You know, Joey Gonzalez came to fight. That's why I threw over 1,000 punches. And I know Nick Ball comes to fight, so I'm prepared to throw as many punches as I can. And yeah, you know, I want to take that belt back home, and I would do everything in my power to do so.
We haven't really seen Nick Ball put under too much pressure. Normally it's the other way around, but you do bring a lot of volume and you do bring a lot of pressure. You really feel that you can overwhelm Nick Ball in there?
Just depends. Just depends how he manages the storm. But I'm coming with everything. You know, that's my strategy, and you know, so far it has worked for me, and I'm just very excited to put it all together come February 7th. Me and my team obviously have a lot of work to do, but in that, I mean, I'm just can't wait to bring Liverpool a show. You know, that's what I do, bring exciting fights, and that's the reason why, you know, I'm here challenging Nick Ball for the world title, because you know, I'm an exciting fighter, and I make exciting fights.
Nick, let me bring you in here. There was a comment there about it depends on how Nick manages the storm. How will you manage this storm February 7th?
Don't really know, you know, until I get in there. What happens on the night? That's what it comes down to on the night. Nothing else matters. Obviously, you can do all the training leading up to it, but it's on the night, innit? And that's all that matters, getting the job done on the night, and that's what I'll be doing. So all the other stuff I don't really look into as much, and what people say, you know, doesn't really matter. Focus on myself and listen to my team.
What have you got, in your opinion, Nick, that Brandon Figueroa won't have seen before?
You said that I just bring pressure, but there's much more to my game than just pressure. It's clever boxing with the pressure. You know, I can box as well, go on the inside, put the pressure on, go on the back foot. Just depends on the opponent and how they come, but I'll just adjust on the night. Just have to wait and see.
Brandon, what is your assessment of Nick Ball? We talked about how perhaps he gets underestimated sometimes for his boxing ability. What do you see Nick Ball as?
You know, he's a come-forward fighter, you know, very aggressive. You know, he throws a lot of volume punches, combination puncher as well. Yeah, you know, he brings it. You know, that's what we're looking for. And we certainly do like aggressive fighters. And like I said, you know, I do really well against guys that fight me, you know. Whether I have to chase them a little bit or not, you know, I already know that we're going to clash, you know, in the middle of the ring, and it's just who wants it more at the end, you know.
Who wants it more than Nick?
Don't think anyone will want it more as me in my home city, Liverpool. You know, with something I've worked so hard for my whole life to get. I'm not just going to let him come over and take it. It's not happening, so we'll find out on the night.
Brandon, I think this is your first fight outside of the US, so that is a factor. Nick Ball has talked about it there. Liverpool, it brings something out in him. They really get behind him here. They love him. How are you feeling about going into this Lions Den in Liverpool?
That's what I've been looking for, you know. I like these type of fights. You know, I like to be the underdog. And sure, yeah, I'm fighting in his territory, but I'm coming with everything, you know. I'm not leaving no stone unturned, and like I said, I'm prepared to do everything it takes to win, and I'm definitely gonna, you know, just bring it all, you know, bring the show to Liverpool. And you know, my style of boxing is very different, and I hope the fans are entertained, and I hope, you know, they love my fighting style. So it's gonna be an interesting night, and I'm just can't wait, you know, for the night to come.
They call him the wrecking ball. I often ask his opponents what they do if there is a wrecking ball swinging towards them. Some say they're going to box, they're going to move, they're going to keep out of the way. Some say they're going to actually go right through the wrecking ball. But he is unbeaten. No one's solved it yet. Why does Brandon Figueroa solve this problem?
You know, a lot of people underestimate me, my style, but I switch lefty-righty. I throw punches from all angles. And not only that, but I love going to the body, and yeah, I like to mix it up. Punches all around, combinations that, you know, you're not going to see. And yeah, you know, we're just looking for a great fight, and if it has turned into a war, I'm all prepared for it. I'm here for it.
What do you think about that, Nick?
What do I think about it? Not much, to be honest. Obviously, he's going to think all that, isn't he? That's his job to do that. You know, he said he's coming with everything. That's what they all say, but everything's not enough, is it? So I don't really think too much into it. I just focus on myself.
Nick, when you defend your world title in Liverpool, you tend to stop the opponent. Is that the expectation February 7th?
Yeah, you know, that's always the goal and the objective, in it, to get in there and get them out of there. But however it comes, doesn't really matter. It's going to be a Nick Ball win, and that's all that matters.
Give us your final prediction on this one, Brandon, as we before you face off.
Final prediction, you know, I become WBA champion and new, and I'm just very excited. You know, I'm really looking forward for this fight. I've been looking for these type of fights, and if I have to come all the way to UK to do so, you know, I told my team I'm ready, and like I said, I'm willing to do everything it takes. You know, I know Nick Ball is a great champion for a reason. You know, I'm fighting in his territory, in his you know, city, so you know, I expect nothing less from him. You know, he's gonna bring it all. I'm gonna bring it all. So it's just a matter of, like I said, who wants it more that night, and you know, who can weather the storm.
Nick, just I know you've given your prediction. It will be a Nick Ball win as far as you're concerned. Anything further you want to add on that? And also just finally, kind of a thank you to Liverpool, really. I know the city means so much to you, and they really back you.
Yeah, 100%. A massive thank you to Liverpool. You know, I wouldn't be here without them and without my team. Everyone who believed in me at the start, you know, putting the time and effort into me when no one else did. I wouldn't be sitting up here now doing what I'm doing without those people. So I appreciate it all, yeah. And thanks to Queensbury and Frank Warren for putting the shows on back in Liverpool, yeah.
Good stuff. Thank you very much. OK, well, tickets are on sale right now via Ticket Quarter. We'll be live, of course, around the world on DAZN, February 7th. A tall order for Nick Ball as he defends his world title against mandatory challenger, former two-weight world champion, Brandon Figueroa. We're going to get a face-off and a few pictures up the front now. Thank you. Well, that concludes the press conference. Not too much in terms of feisty verbals, but one thing is for certain, Brandon Figueroa says that he will bring absolutely everything to this fight. Currently in shot is Nick Ball, Andrew Kane and Brad Strand. The Everton Red Triangle Triumvirate. Nick Ball spearheading this resurgence of big-time boxing in Liverpool right now. Brandon Figueroa, of course, mandatory challenger, former two-weight world champion. He's coming with a lot of ambition. First fight outside of the US for Brandon Figueroa. Coming off a win over Joey Gonzalez. And there is Andrew Kane, Brad Strand, Nick Ball. Big night for Andrew Kane. He has been trying to get this world title shot, really bulldozing his way through the bantamweight division. Come off that frustrating win over Charlie Edwards, which was probably not the best watch. He's been out of the ring since then, but has a final eliminator against Alejandro Gonzalez. Winner of that fight gets Takuma Inoue, the full WBC World Bantamweight Champion, and he happens to be the younger brother of Naoya Inoue. And you heard them talk about it up there. There are whispers about this potential dream night of Kane and Ball, Ball and Kane against Inoue and Inoue. Stranger things have happened in this sport. Stranger things are happening right now in this sport. So I would never rule that out. And there is that black and gold belt. Nick the Wrecking Ball, fourth defence of his world title. Won it, of course, in that 5 versus 5 against Ray Ford. It was a close fight, it was a gripping fight. Nick Ball prevailed that night. He's defended it twice in Liverpool. TJ Dehenny, Ronnie Rios, who was able to stop them both. And then defended last time out against Sam Goodman in Riyadh back in August on the Moses Itauma Dillian White show. Got the job done that night. And he's been on a great run. It's been 5 world title fights in the space of 17 months. He really is a busy, active world champion. And we just await now Nick Ball and Brandon Figueroa facing off. And the fight is called A Tall Order. I suspect once again, well, you can see it there, Nick Ball is, as ever, looking up to an opponent. This is what we've come to expect from Nick Ball world title fights. He looks up at them and he sort of looks through them. That is what Nick Ball does. A Tall Order, February 7th, WBA World Featherweight Championship on the line. Nick Ball defends his crown against Brandon Figueroa. That is the glare that we have become so used to when Nick Ball faces off with his opponent. I wonder actually who's going to look away here first, because I don't think it will be Nick Ball. Figueroa is chewing gum through this. It's that height difference, and many people would see it as a height disadvantage. But after 2, 3, 4 rounds, that height difference starts to look like a height advantage for Nick Ball. It's the way he fights. It's this mini Mike Tyson style, getting in close and wrecking his opponent. But Brandon Figueroa isn't just coming over to be wrecked. You heard it from him there. This means absolutely everything to him, and this could be quite a long face-off. How long have we got, fellas? But a brilliant fight indeed. Make sure you scan the QR code. Tickets are on sale right now via Ticket Quarter, and they do finally break that stare. I think Paul Stevenson called out from close by, saying that's probably enough now, fellas. So it's going to take something, but that is the belt that is on the line. WBA World Featherweight Championship. Nick Ball makes the 4th defence against Brandon Figueroa, the man they call the Heartbreaker, who his plan is very much to come to the UK and break the heart of UK fight fans on February the 7th. There is a handshake to end it there. All respect. And that concludes our press conference. Thank you so much for tuning in and joining us. There it is, a tall order, February 7th, live around the world on DAZN from the M&S Bank Arena here in Liverpool. Nick Ball, Brandon Figueroa. Don't miss it.